Before I introduce the camps, just one other note. At the request of both fighters have agreed to be subject to the Olympic-style drug testing, which will be performed and administered by the Volunteer Anti-Doping Association, WADA, which will include random blood and urine testing, and is under the WADA protocols, under the World Anti-Doping Association Olympic-style drug testing. So both fighters requested that, and that will be starting right away. It's a pleasure now for me to introduce to you our co-promoter for this event. Lou Bella is not here, he's back east, but it's a pleasure for me now to ask Kevin Rooney Jr., the Director of Public Relations for the Bella Entertainment, to come up to the podium and introduce Team Berto.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you for all for being here. First and foremost, I just wanted to say how excited we are to be a part of this event. We're working with Golden Boy, working with Steven Espinoza, and everyone at Showtime. You know, this is, as they touched on, this is going to be a huge event, and the first big boxing event in 2012. You know, February 11th is going to be a great night, and we're looking forward to being a part of it and having everyone there. You know, fights like this are what boxing is all about. You know, I've been a fight fan my entire life, and you know, anytime you have two great young athletes, great young stars going toe-to-toe, you know, it's just what boxing is all about. You know, it's a can't-miss fight. Their first fight wasn't a can't-miss fight, and their second fight's not going to be a can't-miss fight. You know, it was an epic battle their first time around. It was easily one of the best fights in 2011. As we've touched on, you know, it seems only fitting now that this is going to be the first big major boxing event in, you know, what promises to be a big year for our sport in 2012. You know, the thing about fighters like Andre and Victor, you know, they can fight 100 times, and 100 times, you know, you just know you're going to have a great fight. Obviously, this time around, we're anticipating and expecting a different outcome for Andre. You know, we're not looking in the past anymore. Andre's not looking in the past. He's made key adjustments and additions into his training regimen, and you know, we think that really showed in his last fight. You know, he stopped a very good and dangerous world champion in John Zavik, and you know, we think those progressions are going to continue to show on February 11th. You know, the thing about this fight for Andre, you know, as soon as the last fight was over, he was asking, you know, when the rematch was going to happen. It was never a question for him, you know, if he was going to fight Victor again. It was always when. You know, and I think that shows, you know, testament to the type of fighter and person that Andre is. I mean, he gave up a world championship just as lock in this fight. You know, and we really couldn't be more proud of Andre as a fighter, as a person. We couldn't be happier to be involved in his career and part of his promotional team. You know, and we're just looking for a great event on February 11th. You know, we think that, you know, it's going to be all around a great night of boxing, and you know, we're very excited to be a part of it. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to bring your focus now on Team Ortiz. They've done it the first time, and convinced that we're going to do it again the second time around. I think Victor has the perfect style to beat Andre Berto. We know it's not going to be an easy fight. We know it's going to be a toe-to-toe battle, but he's done it once and he's going to do it again. I'd like to acknowledge Timo Ortiz, Victor's brother, who is not here with us. Joe Haas Yannick, Ortiz's strength and conditioning coach, who is sitting on the far end of the bench there. Mario Aguiniga, Ortiz's co-trainer, who is sitting there as well. And then, of course, a man who is going to talk, who always has something to say, something interesting to say, something colorful to say, and we're all looking forward to that. And that, of course, is the manager for Victor Ortiz, Rolando Arellano.
Wow.
Okay, good afternoon as always. On behalf of the People's Champ, Victor Ortiz, and all the members of Team Ortiz, it's a great pleasure to be here, and we thank all of you for attending. we at Team Ortiz will convey nothing but respect to Andre Berto. We know he is a great fighter. We know that he has the courage of a warrior with a great team. We know that he is hungry and he has a thirst for revenge. Because we clearly understand all these facts, the only way we know how to respect him, our sport and fans, is to prepare for this fight like never before. I will pledge to our fans that Victor will raise his standards in this fight like never before. And if Andre thought he ran into a freight train last time, this time he will feel the concussion of a nuclear bomb. Andre Berto, Lou DiBella, and Mr. Tony Morgan had made several innuendos that Victor in his previous performance was on performance-enhancing drugs. Team Ortiz would like to declare that we have never in the past, present, or in the future taken any performance drugs. As a matter of fact, we take that statement as a compliment. Shortly after Victor's victory over Berto for the WBC welterweight champion of the world, when Victor came into the locker room, while graced with the glory of that victory, he apologized to his team, only because he said he was performing at his 50% capacity. Now the other side, Berto's camp, thought he performed so good that they implied he must have been on steroids. And that was the only way that was going to happen, this fight was going to happen if we would take a test. We will take a test, any time, any place, any manner, by anyone. This is the irony of it all. Okay? Rumors are that Team Berto has associated themselves with Victor Conte. Victor Conte pleaded guilty to the distribution of steroids. Okay? Now, nevertheless, to say the association of Victor Conte will not appease the explosion that's going to happen in that ring February the 11th, 2011. So I invite one, I invite all, because this thing is going to end quick.
When he was last time on 24/7, I think America fell in love with Victor Ortiz, but they really gained a respect for his trainer as well, who is a very humble man, who really looks out for his fighters. He's a terrific trainer, and really think is a name among trainers which we're going to hear much more about. And that, of course, is Danny Garcia. Please welcome Danny Garcia.
Thank you, Richard. Voy a hablar en español. Muchas gracias a todos por haber venido a la conferencia y buenas tardes a todos también. Solamente vamos a hacer un poquito. La pelea pasada que se hizo en abril fue una muy gran pelea, una muy bonita pelea que realizaron Víctor Ortiz y Andre Berto. Le gustó mucho a la gente y esta pelea que viene en febrero 11, pues creo que va a estar igual de buena o mejor. Nosotros sabemos que Andre Berto trae muchas ganas de ganarlos la pelea para cobrar una derrota que tuvo, y lo respetamos mucho porque es un gran peleador. Su equipo es un gran equipo que lo ha preparado muy bien, tienen buena experiencia, pero igualmente nosotros también a nuestro lado tenemos un gran equipo y vamos a trabajar muy duro, vamos a echarle todas las ganas del mundo para salir adelante, vamos a trabajar duro y vamos a con el favor de Dios, a salir con la victoria nuevamente. Es una pelea muy interesante, toda la gente la quiere ver porque la pelea pasada fue muy buena. Esta vez va a ser mejor. Yo pienso que Víctor trae igual de ganas o más que Berto. Berto tiene ganas de cobrarse la derrota que él obtuvo, pero Víctor igualmente. Víctor tiene mucho poder para tumbarlo, para noquearlo. Por eso pienso que la pelea está muy buena. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I just want to say that Andre Berto and Victor Ortiz, they're going to do a hell of a fight, great fight, because last time they fought in April, they had a good fight. It was one of the fights that the people they all got excited. So on February 11th, it's going to be the same or even better, because Berto wants to get the rematch. He wants to beat Victor. So Victor wants to beat him again, and the fight's gonna be great. So I hope everybody enjoy it, and I know that Berto's team is a great team. It's a great camp because they have a lot of experience, and sort of on our side, we have a great team. My co-workers, they're gonna work hard, and we're all gonna put all the work that we're gonna work hard and then get prepared. So the fight's gonna be good, and I hope everybody enjoys it, and we hope everything comes out good. Thank you, everybody.
Next, we're going to call to the podium, Andre Berto's longtime trainer. He's been with Berto camp for a very long time, and we wouldn't want anyone else in this corner come fight next. So without further ado, Tony Morgan.
Took y'all a while to start clapping. Yeah, this is one thing I like about Victor is Victor after the last fight he never talked, never said a bunch of BS. He's a straight up guy. We took our loss. Victor, I met him in the airport. Haven't really talked to him a lot. He's not a shit talker. I respect that about him. His team, on the other hand, 24/7. Everyone fell in love with Victor. Somewhere along the fight, Victor fell in love with Floyd, hugging and kissing, and fell in love with the canvas. Like I said, I like Victor. I respect Victor. Victor's a hell of a champion. His team talks too much for him. Come fight night, and like I said last time, it'll show its way in the ring. It always does. Last time they were victorious. We take our hat off to Victor. Like I said, he did his job. We didn't. February 11th, we will. I promise.
Thank you, Tony. Next to the podium, I'm going to call one of the people you're all here to see. One of the bright young stars in all of boxing. Two-time welterweight world champion, Andre Berto.
How you doing, everybody? We're very excited to be here. Very excited to get this match on and going. The first fight, I definitely take my hat off to Victor. I feel I wasn't at, where I was supposed to be that night. But he came there, handled his business. His team was focused. He was focused. He came there and did what he had to do. And I respect him for that. I took my L just like a man. And the only thing that I know how to do is just get back up and keep it pushing. So, exactly what I did. I went back to the drawing board and refocused. I came back in. I won another world title. But, this right here is about a little bit of a respect factor for me. So I gave that up just to make this fight happen. I'm a fight fan at the end of the day. The fight that me and him had the first go around, I believe that's the type of fight that made me, fall in love with boxing in the first place. So it just feels good to make this fight happen again, so we can get right back to it. So I show my respect to Victor, his whole team. He has a tremendous team. He's a tremendous fighter, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing it again February 11th. It's going to be fun. We're extremely focused. As soon as we leave, we're going right back to the gym. And I'm hungry like I need to be, and I'm excited about it. So everybody continue to stay tuned. February 11th, it's going to be another classic, I promise you.
Thank you, Andre. As I said before, I think Victor Ortiz doesn't really need much introduction. He's clearly one of the most exciting, spectacular fighters of today. When Victor fights, it means excitement. He comes to fight. He comes well prepared. He leaves it all in the ring, and that's the kind of person he is. Well trained, well prepared, and he knows. Both guys know what's at stake here. The 147-pound weight class is the weight class. That's where all the big names are. And these two guys are two of those big names. And those two guys fighting each other, they know what it can lead to. So they're going to be prepared. I know Victor was prepared, hungry, and he was not going to be denied earlier this year when he fought Berto for the first time. And you're going to see the same Victor again. He's not going to be denied. He knows, even though it's not for a belt this time, he knows that he's going to be walking out with the W, with the win on that night on February 11th. It is exactly these kind of matchups with two evenly matched fighters fighting each other at the prime of their career. This is what boxing is all about. This is really boxing at its best. And I'm excited for Victor to have this opportunity to go at it again. And I know that there are going to be many, many other big fights ahead for Victor. And I'm really excited. And it's a pleasure and honor for me to introduce to you, pound for pound, one of the most exciting fighters in the sport, vicious Victor Ortiz.
How's it going, everybody? Good afternoon. All. Like a good friend of yours, Tony said, my team kind of said it all for me. I don't really need to say a whole lot. I mean, you know, I prepare very well. I know I'm up against a tough opposition. Come on, I captured the world championship, and then I went for the best. You know, didn't work out my way, but at the end of the day, I don't bow down with my head. I don't put it down. You know, it's one of those things where just go to the drawing board and work harder. You know, yeah. Do I disagree with what happened? Yeah, but everybody has their opinion. You know, so at the end of the day, you know what? I will prepare myself at its fullest, my 100%. I'll leave everything in the ring and bring home the victory once again. You know, it's just one of those things. It's life, you know. I don't hate anybody. Just I respect all. You know. Just recently, I saw Lamont Peterson. You know, we fought. We had a great fight, and I congratulated Lamont. Give him a hug and said, "Congratulations, champion." So, you know, at the end of the day, I have no remorse, no hate toward anybody. Hey, the first fight was a heck of a fight, hell of a war. So I'm just prepared to get into another one of those. And like Andre said, you know, that's what makes people fall in love with the game. That's what made him fall in love with the game. I mean, it was pretty, not gonna lie, it was pretty tough. So I go down, he goes down, and then you eat the 12 rounders where you're like, oh man. Oh, 6 round. You know, it's just, hey, we're here to box and fight and make a great show. So February 11th, you know, I'm ready, and once again, bring that victory home. But thank you guys.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you, Andre. And just to sum it up, great fight. We know that two gentlemen outside of the ring and inside the ring. We already know that too. There's going to be fireworks. It can only be exciting. And I really want to thank Showtime again. As we said, just to sum it up quickly, there are going to be no more non-televised fights. They will be televised on Showtime Extreme. And Showtime will put, the parent company CBS will put their muscle behind it. So keep an eye out for that. And then some other breaking news, which Steven just gave me a little note on. Showtime will put together a Fight Camp 360 reality program as well to support this great matchup. So I said it in the beginning, this is a fight which is being promoted as if it is a pay-per-view event, but the difference is it's for free on Showtime. So make sure you tune in February 11th, or go and watch it live from the MGM Grand. Thank you.
Everybody in front, you got to get down right now. Stay down. Berto Ortiz, stay down. Right in center, guys. Right in center. Then right after you guys. To the right. Back here. You'll get it, just hold on. Can I come back this way? Now look straight ahead up for television. Give tell Showtime a good one up there. Back in the center, down front here, right here. Both of you, please. You.